Alright guys, let's kick this thing off in a big way. We've got Mega Man X7 Wrong Warp Run by FocusSight.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. I am red today because that's what I've decided to wear to bed, and so I'm in my pajamas still. It's a Saturday, you know, feeling the Saturday vibes. My name is FocusSight. You may have seen me last night with Sonic 06, and once again I'm here with a critically planned 15th anniversary 3D platformer in Mega Man X7. We're doing the Wrong Warp category, which is a new finding, exclusive to the Legacy Collection version of X7, which is what I'm running on. Found completely by accident by yours truly. Completely by accident. This run will include both the setup of the Wrong Warp itself and the Wrong Warp run, because that's included in the Wrong Warp category. We think, when we were creating a category for this after the finding, we decided, okay, it should include this setup that you have to do in order to actually do it. So that's what I will be doing to start off, and that's where the run will begin. So run begins when I load this file, and then time ends when we beat Sigma 2. So this file is at the last stage of the game. It is on a New Game Plus file, and then we're going to start a New Game file. And that is how we are going to go through with this. So, I'm going to go ahead and begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So, yeah, as explained, we are loading into a save file that is pretty much entirely complete into the last stage of the game, which is Crimson Palace. We have 0 and X here, X specifically in his glide armor, so the fully unlocked version, and we have all their chips, their CD parts, which means that they are fully upgraded. They have Hyper Dash, which means they both go very fast on the ground and through the air. And they have triple invincibility. Yes! Triple invincibility. The game just decided, yes, we're gonna give every character, you can give every character triple the normal invincibility frames, and it allows them to do some amazing damage boosting like you've just seen right now to get through these boulders, because if you hit the boulders directly, you get knocked back and lose a decent amount of time. Up next we have Red, who's, again, this is normally the first boss of this sort of gauntlet. Hi, Axel. We're not going to use Axel for this part of the run. We're going to use him in New Game when we start it, and to end the run, of course. But yeah, I found this by accident while practicing the late game, and then deciding to quit from within the game, rather than using the normal pause, X Legacy Collection pause menu. And you'll see what happens at the end of it. But Red is a very interesting boss. He has a set weakness, but much like most of the bosses in this game, he can be absolutely shredded down using Tornado Tunyon's technique at 0, which is this. It is dash plus special attack, and it does a lot of damage even though it's not his weakness. And you're going to notice that it just sort of mows down enemies pretty efficiently. What we're trying to do here is we're trying to get him to turn around so that we can get an additional hit on him, like that. That means we save a little bit of time compared to what we normally have, because you want to get him in his first phase before he does this attack. This is slower because he doesn't stay in one place as long, as you can see right there. The last place I expected. Oh, at least I got him still. Okay, I'm one hit away. I'm going to play it safe and just get some health, because I don't want to die here. And he's just one hit away from being finished. Where is... the other part that sucks about the second phase, is the fact that he could appear at these first platforms at the beginning. In the phase 1, he could only appear within that grid that we saw there. And that is Red done. We're now getting into the... this sort of intermission between the graveyard, as it's called. Oh, nice jump, Zero. So the graveyard is actually it's a really cool aesthetic for the normal, you know, boss rush at the end of a Mega Man X game, because it's a Mega Man X game, you're going to get a boss rush at the end of the previous bosses you fought. And we're going to see the next broken weapon. We're going to go over to X and use charged water. This is from... Nope. This is from Splash Warfly, and it's these bubbles. They are some powerful bubbles, let me tell you that. They do very high DPS, and so we can just sort of have it target these enemies and defeat them super quick. Although, unfortunately, if you release the charge a little bit too early, you waste time like I just did. You can see we only have 5 more remaining. I got a lot of weapon energy, so we should be fine to finish them off here. Nice. Yeah, it does high DPS, and with the auto-targeting that already exists in X7, it makes it really, really good. Really, really quick, really, really fast. We then have this platforming section here before our first boss. Our first boss in the boss rush, which will be Borsky. We're going to use Charged Explosion, which is pretty high DPS as well. So, SCR, if you have anything that you'd like to mention within the next 40 seconds, now's your time.
Well, I could mention that we just received an anonymous $60 donation with no message. That puts us only a few cents away from $500 for the marathon. Thank you so much to whoever that was.
Thank you so much for donating, everyone. It's good to see that people are still supporting. We're almost done here in this 2D section. Mega Man X7 has 2D sections, 3D sections. It's a mix of both. So it's more like a 2.5D game, but not in the way that you'd expect 2.5D to be. And that gets the perfect timing for the start of the first boss rush. So this boss rush, we're going to do as the New Game Plus characters. We're going to do it as X and Zero, and it's going to go by pretty quickly because of some busted weapons. In particular, Explosion is one of them. We're going to charge this, release, very high DPS. I did a regular explosion there. I'm then going to use my weapon tank that I got earlier to restock. I'm going to wait to see what he does. Once he spins through here, I'm going to wait for him to stop, which should be up, down here, I guess. There we go. Charged one more. There you go. That's it for Borsky. The English lines are wonderful. It's you punk, you punk, you punk when he spins around like that. I love it. Next up, we have our first ever quick kill, and one of the few quick kills truly in Mega Man X7 that feels like a traditional quick kill. I'm gonna go swap to Tornado Tunyon's weapon, and I'm gonna go ahead and shoot this bird with my regular, you know, lemon shooter to set this up. Once he gets down to the ground here, I'm going to spam Tornado. And if I've done the timing correctly, you'll see that, for some reason, at this geometry, if you activate his Desperation attack invulnerability at this specific point in the stage, it results in the Tornado hitting him constantly, like almost every frame, which mows him down very quick. It's very, very neat that actually is a viable method that we can do, and I very much like that. We're going to use charged water once more, destroy some legs, and from here, we're going to go up to here, and then we switch to Zero. The next few bosses we're going to do as Zero, which is why we wanted to limit the number of switches we do to be the most efficient, and this is the most efficient path to do so in New Game Plus. Essentially, you're seeing the end of New Game Plus here in this category, and then you're going to see the start of New Game, which is really cool. So you kind of get a 2-for-1 deal with this Wrong Warp category. That's, you know, the burn to the ground, burn boss. Annoyingly, if you speak just Japanese, he only says burn, and no other verb, no other word, he just says burn. So if you thought it was bad in the US release, think about the poor Japanese players just hearing burn repeatedly and nothing else. They made it more tolerable in the English one, surprisingly. Alright, so now we have Soldier Stone Kong. He's the leader of the bunch, you know him well. He is pretty easy with Tornado Tunyon's weapon, and specifically Tornado Tunyon's, like, technique. Because with triple invincibility, we're barely taking any... We have a lot of puns in chat right now, oh my gosh. And I see the host is contributing to it. Do not give in! Do not give in!
Puns are my language, man. I can't help it.
I see. Oh well. Yeah, Tornado Tunyon, and, it's funny, we're gonna use Tornado Tunyon's weapon against him right now, his technique. This Tornado technique, which is, again, dash plus special attack for 0, is super powerful. And it just mows down enemies in combination with, the triple invulnerability frames. I'm using the D-pad here to go back up and down really slowly, so that I'm not misaligning myself. And it allows me to very quickly mow down this boss before the invulnerability comes in. Next up is Anteater. Anteater can be kind of annoying depending on the luck you get. So let's see what luck we get here. Am I also noticing I'm slashing as I jump? It's because it extends my jump distance ever so slightly, and is slightly faster as a result. So let's see what we get with Anteater. We don't want him to go to the back of the cylinder we're fighting on, because if we do, we can't really attack him. That's close. Okay, we're fine. We should be fine. Funnily, on PS2, the original PS2 release, this is actually way easier because he doesn't have this invulnerability during these attacks. And so you can mow him down super quick. But hey, we got good luck there. He didn't go to the back of the scene. And that actually saved me quite a lot of time compared to my PB. In fact, I think this will be a gold split. Sure was. Let's go. Konnichiwa, Spider-Man! Okay, cool. I guess we're doing that now. Hi, konnichiwa. Genki desu? Genki yo. Anyway, we're gonna use this weakness, and then we're gonna set up this, kind of funny, exploit where if you stand right here, he's not gonna ever dive back in. And I mean specifically just here. I'm gonna use both, the health and this one.
Ganbatte, Focus-san.
Sorry?
Ganbatte, Focus-san.
Arigatou gozaimasu. Yeah, so that was, Warfight. I guess we're just partially speaking in Japanese now. I mean, it's the version I'm playing. Which, by the way, if you're wondering why I'm playing this version specifically, it is... Not only does it have faster text, but also the damage tables on the Japanese release are better than the US release. Everything on the US release was nerfed by 1 point of damage. Everything. Across the entire board. It's not the case on the UK English release, which is also available here. So if you want to play in English on X7 in general, play on that version, please. We're now going to do this exploit where he's stuck in place, except he just escaped. I hate this child. I really hate this child. I'm sorry, this children... I really don't like Gunguru. He can be very finicky if you don't get the setup for the trick, where he just stands in place. And this triangle kick, Sangaku Kick, he's completely invulnerable for. Oh my gosh. Gunguru, of course. I'm gonna see if I can just get him into the corner, and then do... You can hear the effect that happens, the sound effect. Come on, get back in the corner. Okay. That's fine. Thank you. Yeah, no, this boss is particularly frustrating, because in the any % new game run, we would use a mech, but we don't have a mech there. The mech makes the boss way easier. Anyways, you might be wondering where the wrong work comes into play. I've just exited to main menu. And now we're starting a brand new game from scratch. This is a new game with Axel and Zero at the start. I just commenced the wrong warp. So I was in the boss rush room and is about to start, I'm about to say Iblis 2. Oh my god, that's not Sonic 06. Sigma Phase 1. But I quit using the in-game pause menu and pressing R3. Yes, R3. Previously it was select on PS2. but because select is now the collection menu, in order to actually access the original exit to main menu thing, you press R3. And then by pressing R3, you just quit to the main game. Why does this wrong warp, you may ask? You're going to see in just a second. But yeah, we're playing as Axel now. This is the beginning of the New Game Plus run, or the New Game run. And so one of the things I want to mention first is obviously there's a targeting system in Mega Man X7. We swap with it with a button, and wherever we're facing, we can select between targets by swapping with that button. So I can just go right or left here, and select the things as I want. There's a lot of cutscenes in Mega Man X7 that are unskippable, like this one, so the fact that the text goes faster makes the cutscene faster. Which is why we play on Japanese. Aside from the, you know, everything... So if you're wondering why, because I think SRC, you might be wondering, why did Capcom decide to make the US version harder for no reason? Supposedly, game rentals. Supposedly. This is what I've been told, and I don't fully understand it, because it's not like Capcom's getting a cut of the game rental money. Maybe they're selling it to people who buy game rentals directly, and that's why. But that's why they made it harder. They also made Beautiful Joe 2 harder, with basically the same adjustments in the US as well. So it's something they've done multiple times before. If you want to play X7 and have a better time with it, play Legacy Collection and select UK English if you want to play on English. It's just a way more. It's the way the game was designed. Up next, we now have, after playing as Axel, we now play as Zero. And we're going to do the crouch/cancel. This might look familiar to people who know X4, except in there it's a dash. And here we have a crouch button, which we can do by pressing down in 2D sections. And by rapidly alternating between an attack and that button, we can cancel the animation for it, but keep the hitbox out. So that basically we can spam the hitbox really quickly for a regular slash, allowing us to inflict massive damage onto the not B-Bomber. That's I forget what these things are called. You know, the ones from Mega Man X1. B-Bomber's Sonic. Yeah, you can see though it causes a lot of damage. So yeah, right now the wrong warp is active. So you're gonna see what happens when you beat this intro stage. There's another thing here. This is an actual dash cancel right now when I do this. 1 dash, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I realize I actually don't want to dash. Whoops. I just want to time it really efficiently. It's been a little bit. Yeah. At the start of the game, we have no weapons, no special upgrades, nothing. So we're with our regular dash speed, with our regular damage boost, like regular damage. No boost, no special weapons, none of that. Because, of course, you've just started the game, so why would you have any of that? So, how fun would it sound for people to try to beat the end game boss in New Game Plus with the new game starting characters? Because that's what we're about to do here. We have the intro boss left. Mega Scorpio, I think his name is. He's a scorpion. Who would have guessed with the name? There's this little auto-scroller part. It's really funny, because X7 does have one big auto-scroller, and then this really small one in the intro stage. It's not X8. X8 is auto-scroller paradise, which I love X8, but wow, there's too many auto-scrollers. So yeah, the wrong warp is gonna come up as soon as we defeat this boss. It's not the end of the run. The run ends when we defeat Sigma 2. So we have 2 bosses after this one to still defeat. We're going to defeat this intro boss as Zero. And what we're going to do is just 2 jump slashes, and then I'm going to attempt to hit it during its invulnerability, which there's a single frame where apparently that can work, but if you have a persistent hitbox, you can do that. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I got hit. I couldn't get the extra hit. It's okay. It just speeds up this intro boss by a little bit. But there you go. That's the intro boss. And look at what happens. There is no victory music. And we have a now loading screen. I am now the intro level X and Axel. And I'm in the final boss of the game. We're here. That's all you had to do the wrong warp. Quite literally, the game just doesn't check. The original PS2 release does in fact reset this flag that says you're in the boss rush room. But on Legacy Collection, it doesn't. And because of that, when you quit within the game to main menu, the flag is still active that you're in the boss rush room. When you defeat the intro boss, it counts as a boss in the boss rush. And so you are now intro stage Axel and Zero in New Game, fighting the final boss of the game. So that's what we're going to do right now. And we don't have much at our disposal, obviously. So what I'm going to do as Zero is slash repeatedly. And we want this to last as long as possible. Oh, he's giving me bad luck. Okay. Okay, that wasn't as bad as I thought. Okay, just stay there, please. Please stay there. Oh no. Okay, we're getting bad luck. This is going to be a bad fight. I can't take much damage at all. Any hit will basically ruin me. Which is why we want this to last as long as possible, because it's the most efficient. Please, come on, be nice. Yeah, Axel's weapons don't do much damage at all. Okay. We need to be very careful here, because, again, like, 1 or 2 hits are enough to kill. And I'm going to go from here and just shoot him down here. I want to avoid any bullets and just be very careful. I can't really shoot him from up here. Okay, is he going to be on the background? Yes, please. That's what we want. Again, getting hit at all here is bad. So we need to be very careful. Okay, is he going to do the... Okay, Owarida. Means it's over. You're over. You're finished. This is still only Phase 1. We still got Phase 2, but Phase 2 is a lot simpler. Phase 1, there's all this... we have to be very cautious and avoid getting hit. Okay, come on. Is Phase 1 almost over? I hope so. Oh, it's gonna be close. No. Phase 1 done. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Phase 2 is up next, and Phase 2 is pretty much the same strategy as in the end of New Game, where we actually have all the weapons and such. It's just that your base gun is very weak. So we're going to stand in a very special corner and just shoot at him repeatedly, pretty much. That's just what we're going to do. If I stand here... Oh, that's bad. I'm probably going to be dead. Yep. Okay. Let's try that again. That's the worst luck you could get in Phase 2. That's why my estimate's quite high. Time ends when this boss is over, by the way. There'll be a point where we settle in a bit more, and it should be easier. So that was the bad luck that we got. We don't want that. If we get hands... Okay, cool. We get the laser. Shoot here. Okay, what's he gonna do next? I should be safe? Yeah, okay. So yeah, at this point we're just gonna shoot at him. We're gonna hold shoot pretty much here, and just see what he does. If he comes up here, stand here, so you can avoid the punch. And then otherwise just stand in this corner and shoot. Alright, so yeah, that's pretty much what we're going to do for the final boss here. This is what we normally do with, because we can't attack him as Zero, unfortunately. This is quite literally what we normally do in New Game Plus when we have the G Launcher, which just does more DPS. So, with that in mind, I just want to say I'm going to do my shoutouts here. Okay. Cool! We like that. That was me just fumbling the ball, unfortunately. So I'm going to just do my shoutouts here. Just thank you to the Mega Man X7 community for, you know, still sticking around. We've been trying very, very hard to show our game off more, and with this new Wrong Warp, it's a cool little challenge, cool little difficult challenge that we now get to show off. New category in a game that's, you know, over 20 years old. I want to shout out Papatdot in particular, wonderful Mega Man series runner, good friend, my partner in crime in Mega Man X7, and all the other people in X7 who do wonderful, wonderful things. Yeah, if you get this attack, you can literally do nothing. So, thanks, man. Awesome. But yeah, if you have any announcements or donations you want to share, feel free to right now. We have a lot of time while we wait for the final boss to be over, but I might interrupt with time is the only thing I'll say.
Alright, well, we did have a $25 donation from Sap with no message, and that donation has altered the balance of power in the Spider-Man costume bid, where Scarlet Spidey is catching up to Ben Reilly.
Ooh, that's exciting. This is the good pattern. You want this, if you can get it. And now he's going to have his half attack. We're halfway done into the final boss, folks. Okay, give me good luck, buddy. Yes! Yes! Sigma! We love you for this! We don't love you for that. Okay, what's he gonna do now? Punch? Okay. Punch again? Stand there! Late punch. Okay, cool. Funny boss. Are we kidding? Are you kidding me? Okay. He just wants to punch. Oh my god! No! Stop this! Please! No! This is not a good pattern to end, but at least we're not getting hit. Oh my gosh. Okay, please be done soon? No? Are you gonna punch again? Oh my god, he's gonna punch again. Okay, we're almost done. Sigma! Sigma! Sigma, you can do better than that! Time! Oh my gosh, Sigma 2! Not wanting to cooperate with me. This is why the estimate's as high as it is, folks. That is the wrong warp. That is genuinely beating the game. From new game, we set up with new game plus file, we now have a new game file that we start, and then we beat the game as the new game characters. Fun challenge, a fun marathon run as it shows off a really hard challenge. You know, trying to beat Phase 1 and Phase 2 with base level 0 and Axel's hard enough. I also end this cutscene at the perfect moment. Ready? Oh, I already missed it! When he punches Axel, I know I'm supposed to end the mission. That is Mega Man X7 Wrong Warp. It was a fun run. I had a good time. It's just Sigma can be really funny in the last part because you can just get punched 8 times, which, you know, is not good. I want to say thank you to Reels for running for Reels, obviously for accepting not only this run but 06 last night as well. I had a great time. It was very fun. I enjoyed running for you all. Thank you for having me on. Again, I just want to shout out again, Papot.1, wonderful Mega Man X7 runner alongside me. There are other X7 runners, mostly from Korea, interestingly enough, a lot of X7 runners from Korea, who all run on keyboard. I salute them because I couldn't do that. And there are people who want to learn the game. Obviously, if you want to learn the game, feel free to come into the X Speedrunning Discord, where we have channels for all 8 mainline games and even the spin-offs. It's been a great time. And if you are interested in what I do and what I run, feel free to follow FocusSight on Twitch or on Blue Sky, FocusSight. I stream every Sunday at 4 p.m. So if you want to do stuff, if you want to join and support, feel free to. I would love to see more people. But obviously, keep donating. I'm glad we hit 5.